Today's video wasn't actually planned at all. I went to the gym this morning and ended up stopping at the dollar store on my way home because I wanted to pick up a few Valentine's decorations for a party I'm having next week. And then that somehow turned into an impromptu Valentine's Day photo shoot with Aurora. And the photos just turned out so cute that I thought I would throw this together really quickly because I wanted to give you guys some inspiration for how easily you can throw together a little photo backdrop just with a couple of bucks and a quick trip to the dollar store. I think I spent about $5 on the items for this photo shoot, but the photos turned out so cute. And then I just grabbed a few things around my house. I think all in all, it took me like 10 or 15 minutes. Like I put it together in 2 minutes. We sat and took some shots. Actually, I was finished and I was like, oh, I should do a few more. And yeah, quick, easy, and the photos are darling. These are the types of photos that I'm going to pull out at my kids' graduations and be like, look at how cute they were. So this is just a little behind the scenes of our quick Valentine's Day setup. All of this stuff came from the dollar store. I grabbed a few outfits as props and some of my other decorations that I had just downstairs. And then as you can see, we are not super fancy. That is Zeke's bed that is normally in this corner, but this is one of the only areas in my house that has good lighting. So I just went ahead and really hard to see, but I opened up the curtains so I could get a lot of natural light, and I made my little setup right here in the corner. Because Rory is able to get up on her tummy, I've been laying her on her tummy. Oh, look at how precious you are. So I had her in her different outfits and just laid her on the floor like this really quickly so I could get the background in the back really nicely. So obviously this works well for like close-ups or even, you know, going a little bit lower and you can get it in the background. I did do a couple of like vertical shots also. I also took some pictures like facing down like this, and actually a quick tip is if you're using a blanket or something like this, I actually hide my feet under it to take pictures. That way even if I do get my feet in a little bit, they're a lot easier to smooth or edit out of the photo. Here is my super darling little model, and so taking shots down like this just end up being super cute. And she's tired and ready for a nap, so we're done. As far as editing goes, I use just a couple of quick apps to help smooth out my photos. One of the things with the background is, you know, obviously it was a tablecloth, so it was kind of wrinkled and there was some weirdness. I use the app called Facetune to actually just smooth out the background and get rid of some of those wrinkles so that they're not quite as crisp and in focus. I also used Snapseed because you could see some of the scuffs on my son's wall through the tablecloth because, I mean, it was a thin, cheapy $1 tablecloth. So I used Snapseed, I used the healing tool to go ahead and edit those out. Lastly, of course, I just brought the photo into Lightroom and applied a preset that I created for myself, but overall you would just need to probably change the exposure a little. I always like to brighten my photos just to clean them up and add that nice pop. To the game here on this one, but seriously, it takes a trip to the dollar store in about 15 minutes and you have absolutely darling photos. I just reset the backdrop on my computer because these turned out great. Also, I feel like if you keep a close eye just on the composition of your photo and make sure that there's not too much yuck around the edges, then you don't have to take a lot of time editing them. It took me about 5 seconds to Photoshop them because all I had to do was apply my preset. But I feel like here would be a good place to admit that the photo that I actually posted on Instagram from this shoot was taken from my iPhone. Most of the photos I took on this camera just because I wanted better high quality shots, and even the lighting wasn't fantastic because I didn't end up setting up my halo light. And also because the photo that I posted to Instagram earlier today was actually an edited photo. Aurora cannot sit up yet, so I had to Photoshop my hand out of the photo, and I haven't quite gotten to the point of being able to do that from my camera yet. So Zeke helped me really quickly. I just had him hold the camera, and then I held Aurora and had him take a few snapshots, where again, this was such a quick setup. Typically I would set up my halo light to make sure I have nice lighting. I would have my camera and my tripod all set up, and I would just do all the photo taking myself. But since we were just up there, we were really close to nap time and she was tired, I just asked Zeke to do the picture taking for me, and they turned out great. Speaking of Aurora, she just woke up and is hungry, but now she's distracted. So if you didn't catch my photo on Instagram earlier, go check it out. I really loved what I came up with, even though it was just taken on my iPhone. And I might be posting some of these in the coming days. If you get around to making your own little photo backdrop, I would love to see it, so make sure that you tag me so I can come share some love too. Happy Valentine's Day!